Hey guys, it's Jason with the Board Game Mechanics, and today we're going to take a look at a game all about trying to become the best, maybe worst person that you can be, and that game is called Regency. Regency is a game for 2 to 6 players. Plays in about 20 to 40 minutes from Peak Games. And what you're going to be doing in this is you are trying to become the most infamous ruler, most famous ruler, most world-renowned ruler. I don't know. You're trying to be the most powerful player and have the biggest fiefdom, whatever you want to call it. You're trying to do that by enticing citizens either from a populace far, far away or from other people's feudums, fiefdoms. So yeah, it's a little bit of take that, but how take that is it? Well, interesting that you asked that. So let's just go down to the table, check it out. All right, so here's a game of Regency, all set up for 2 players. To set up, you're going to give each player is going to pick a player board. So in this case, this player is Julius Caesar, and this player is Charlemagne. Each player is going to get 4 event cards, which are going to look like this on the back. And they're going to have fronts that kind of look something like that. You're going to shuffle the populace, and you're going to flip 2 rows of 3. And these are going to be the cards that you're going to be able to be drafting. And these are going to be the cards that are going to slide into place once you take one. All right, so I'm not going to play too much of this game, but I just kind of want to show you basically how the game kind of works, and then I'll explain how you win. So on a player's turn, they're going to be able to play these cards. So let me just go ahead and sit these down so you can take a look at them. All right, so these cards are going to basically let you take some actions using the flavor text here if you meet certain criteria. So in order to play the crown, you'd have to have a citizen in your nobility cast. The lion, you can always play whether or not you have citizens or not. Same with this green one, which I think is merchant. Unless you have a citizen here, you can't play this card for the text. You can also spin the card for the money at the bottom. So you can see at the bottom, there's a number with some gold. For influence, to recruit one of these citizens to come in to your kingdom. So the cost to recruit one of these in influence is 5, 6, and 7. It's not labeled anywhere, so you just kind of remember that, but it's pretty easy. Goes from low to highest, 5 to 7. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that just to get started to kind of show you what's happening. So this will be a 5. So I'm going to take these 2 cards, and I'm going to pay 5. So I pay 5, just discard the cards, and I will take this card. And this member citizen will be able to go in merchant. I think that's commoner and brigand. I'm not 100% sure. I can't ever remember that because they're not labeled anywhere except in the rule book. But this person can go in either of any of those casts. So I'm going to go ahead and tuck him down here. So now, when I have a card that I need to play that has the brigand or brigadier, whatever it is, I can then play that card, play the event card because I have that citizen. And then I'll draw back up to 4. And whenever you attract a citizen, they slide like this, kind of like in a snake. So the top cards are going to slide in. And then you'll reveal a new one. All right, then this player is going to kind of do the same thing. So let's see here. These are their cards. They have only 1 lion card, and they can't play any of these other ones. So they're going to go ahead and, I think they want, because they have the hand, they know how to get a hand, but they don't have a hand. So let's go ahead and pay 6. So they'll spend all of their cards for 6 value. And they will go ahead and draft this noble right here, put them in the nobility cast. Like that. So now they can play cards that have the nobility symbol. That's the card they wanted because they wanted to get the hand because they had a lot of cards that could play the hand. But I can't remember what that is. I think that's religion. This is military. Merchant, commoner, and brigand or brigadier. I'm not entirely sure on that one. It begins with a B. And then it would come back to this player, and they're going to kind of take the same turn. So I'm not going to play through much more because that's how the game's going to go. But I want to talk through some things here. So you can look at these cards. They're all going to have different types of text. The action. There's going to be actions, and there's going to be some reactions. Let me see if I can find a reaction. A reaction, which you'll be able to play to defend yourself against another player trying to attack you, should you have that citizen and it applied to what's happening to you. The goal of this game is to be the first player to get each of these 6 different types of cast filled with a citizen. Now that seems like it's pretty straightforward because you're just gonna, well, why wouldn't you just take the influence and just take one of these cards? Well, this game's all about snagging cards from your opponent. So this player may say, let's see if there's a card here. Yeah, I can't find a card, but this Charlemagne may play a card on Julius Caesar. Says, hey, I'm going to take one of your citizens, but I have to give you 4 influence. So they give them these 2 cards, then they would take the citizen, and they're going to make it a merchant. So now they have 2, and this player has none. But they got some influence, which is nice. So now they have more influence to be able to buy some stuff. So it seems pretty straightforward that you're just going to, hey, I'm just going to, recruit the citizens that I need. Yeah, but you're also going to have other players trying to, maybe they needed that pirate symbol. There aren't any pirate symbols out here to be purchased. Well, in this case there is. So let's just say it looks like this. There's no pirate symbols. They really need a pirate symbol. They'd come steal my card. So then when I may have had 5 cards. I was looking for number 6. They take 1. Now I'm down to 4. So the strategy and the depth of this game is not really going to come through in this playthrough, but I just kind of wanted to show you what you're going to do on your turn. You're going to play some event cards. You can play as much as you want until you're done, and then you're going to draw back up to 4. You're trying to be the first person to get all 6 citizens into the appropriate spaces on your player board. Whoever does that first is the winner. Let's go up the top. See what we think about it. All right, well, that was Regency. So as you can see from the playthrough, this is a pretty straightforward game. You're drawing cards, you're playing the cards either for the action or for the influence value to either steal some cards from people, draw some cards at the top of the deck, entice the populace to come from the tableau into your kingdom, fiefdom, feudum, whatever you want to call it. And you're just trying to be the first person to get all 6 types of citizens into your kingdom. Now, it seems pretty straightforward in the playthrough, and I didn't really show you a ton of the take that in the playthrough for a couple of reasons. 2, that's really hard to do on a 2-player playthrough of a game like this. And 2, I don't really like playing like that, so that wouldn't be the way that I would play, and I wanted to be honest to the game. I would probably use cards to just manipulate the deck and maneuver the populace to get what I need, not to steal from other players. So that's kind of why I showed you like that. And 3, in a 2-player game, there's a lot less of that because there's less people out on the table that may have stuff that you need. So in a 2-player game, you're kind of just trying to get stuff the quickest. Yeah, you may hit the other player for a member of a populace at some point or switch hands with them to see what they have, but I just feel like in a 2-player game, the take that feels a little bit, tamer. So yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to show you here because that's the way that I like to play it. So let's talk about production. This is a prototype, so I don't know if you noticed in the playthrough, but some of the cards are different sizes. The card quality is like real stiff and it's hard to shuffle. I was also told that the art is not entirely completed, but it's like 80%, so you can go ahead and take a look at one of those if you want. So there's that lady, here's this guy, ooh, this one's actually really good. I like this one. It's like Genghis Khan or something. That's pretty cool. So yeah, so everything you saw here was prototype components. This box is just like a game crafter box, not a big thing. So keep in mind, it's going to look similar to this, but it's going to be nicer. better quality, probably have better boards. I've also been told that I'm pretty sure each player board might be getting a like player power or something, depending on stretch goals and all that stuff. But it's in the works. It's either going to come base, or you might have to get it as certain stretch goals, or maybe an expansion or something. But there have been talks of player power, so that's cool too. So let me tell you about what I think about this game. So as you could tell, this is a card game. It's all cards. You're using the cards kind of like a drafting. So you're going to be like, and it almost feels like a deck builder where you're using the cards to get better cards, but instead of the cards going in your hand, they go on your player board. So, and then you're discarding those cards and drawing for new ones. So it's not really like a deck builder at all, but it kind of gives me that same vibe where I'm trying to, like if I'm playing Dominion, I'm using my gold to buy estates and duchies and all that stuff. It's that kind of same deal. So I'm purchasing the cards. They're going to go on my player board to try to help me get that win condition quicker. So I like that. I like the card play. I think the events are interesting. There's a whole different pile of events in there. I mean, look at this. This event deck is huge. This is how thick that bad boy is. And again, there's probably going to be more after the Kickstarter and all that, but man, that's a fat deck of event cards. And in a 2-player game, you see like half of them maybe. So yeah, there's lots of replayability there. Now let me talk about the Take That. So if you're playing it more than 2 players, the Take That can get intense. Because there could be, I don't know, what did I say this goes to? 6 players? That could be 5 other players that all want that character that you have on your board, the nobility character, because one hasn't come out in turns. So they're going to try to come steal that card from you. Your only defense is that one reaction card you have. So yeah, you can defend the first guy. You got this girl here, that girl there, this person here, all trying to steal that card as well, and you've already shot your defense. So don't get too attached to the characters on your player board because they're probably going to go away. Now, this game's 20 to 40 minutes, not a huge issue. The Take That doesn't bother me that much. But if it's not me, I can be a little open-minded when it comes to Take That. I know I don't talk about a ton of Take That on this channel, but I can deal with it. I'm an adult. I'm a grown man. I understand it's a game. I got it. But if you don't like Take That at all, this would probably not be a game for you. So just keep that in mind, that even though the card play is slick, the way the events work is really cool, it does have Take That. So if that's not your jam, this is not going to be your game. Now, for everybody else who's into this and you want a quick playing card game that you can just bang out with some buddies, and you know, while somebody maybe another group is finishing up a game at another table, you finish your game and you want to kill 20-25 minutes, you'll have fun with this. This will be a fun game. It's easy to teach. You say, hey, you got 4 cards. You either play the card for the money or you play the card for the action, as long as you have the citizen in your kingdom, or you can always play the lion. There, I just taught the game. It's that easy. And then you just play. You have fun. You can screw with your friends. They can screw with you. I'm sure there'll be some cussing and some shouting and all that stuff, but that's what game nights are about with your buddies, right? Cussing and shouting and yelling and having a good time. So that was Regency from Peak Games. This is going to be hitting Kickstarter. Oh shoot, when is that going to hit Kickstarter? Let me look at this fancy little letter that I have. I think it's actually October, first week of October. So when this video drops, it'll be around that time. But I'll put the actual date somewhere up on the screen. And I'll put a link to the Kickstarter in the description. And if this game looks like your jam, something that you'd want to play, something you want in your collection, you dig the art, anything, whatever is intriguing to you about this game, if you like it, click on the link, go show this company some support, and back this game. So yeah, that's Regency from Peak Games. I'm Jason with the Board Game Mechanics. And as always, keep gaming.